You know what is meant by being mentally strong. In 1914, Thomas Alva Edison's factory was completely burnt down. The fire was so bad that nothing was left. He had lost $23 million. And a prototype on which he had been working for years was also burnt down. After knowing this whole situation, the way Thomas Alva Edison reacted is called mental toughness. Do you know what he said? He said, "Thank God, all the mistakes that I was making till now have all been burnt down. It's good, now I will be able to start afresh." A mentally tough person has this great quality that he knows how to handle himself even in the worst of times and has a positive approach. But the fact is that no one is mentally strong from the beginning. Just like a good diet and regular exercise makes you physically strong, there are some habits that make a mentally weak person mentally strong as well. And today in this video, we are going to talk about some habits of mentally strong people. So let's start. The first habit is embracing change. An eagle is the only bird that can survive till the age of 70. But to survive till this age, every eagle has to take a very difficult decision. Because after surviving for 40 years, an eagle's claws are not able to easily hunt with those claws. Its claws become weak and do not remain so sharp. Moreover, its sharp and long beak also turns a lot, and its wings become so thick that it becomes difficult to fly. And at the age of 40, this is the time when an eagle has only two options. First, either he dies like this. Second, that he accepts a very painful process of change. This process lasts for 150 days in an eagle's life. And for this process, that eagle has to sit on the top of a mountain, and he has to keep hitting his beak on a stone till his beak comes out and falls down. And after the beak is separated, an eagle then waits for a new beak to grow. When the new beak grows, then with that sharp and strong beak, it takes off its claws and again waits for the new claws to grow. When the new claws come back from its beak, then it also tears off its old thick wings so that new and light wings can grow. And finally, after these painful 150 days, an eagle takes a new flight in its new life and starts living the remaining 30 years of its life. That is, to survive and to live life, a painful change has to be accepted. And remember, when it rains, all the birds look for a place to escape. But the only eagle is such a bird that instead of trying to escape the rain, it has the capacity to fly above the clouds. That's why a mentally strong person also embraces every difficult change and accepts it, and makes himself strong by going through that change. He is not afraid of change. The second habit is establishing boundaries. Remember, when was the last time when you had to do something because of which your entire schedule, your entire plan was ruined, and later you regretted that if you had refused that work, then you might have been able to complete your other important tasks well. If this happens to you often, then sorry, you might not be so mentally strong. Because a mentally strong person knows his boundaries, that is, his line of control. He knows what work he has to say no to and what work he has to say yes to. What conversation he has to become a part of and what conversation not to. What he has to eat and what not. A mentally strong person knows all this very well. That is, a mentally strong person is very selective. The third habit is the power of sacrifice. People who understand human psychology know very well that sacrifice builds resilience. Resilience builds strength. Strength builds power, and power builds purpose. A perfect example of this is Virat Kohli. In 2017, I read an article in which it was written that Virat Kohli was such a big foodie and how much he liked dishes like mutton roll, butter chicken and chole bhature. But today his diet is such that forget butter chicken and mutton roll, he doesn't even drink sugar in his coffee. Discipline and sacrifice are a major element of his life. And friends, no purpose can be accomplished without sacrifice, whether it is the sacrifice of bad addictions, junk food or social life. Sacrifice has to be done. And mentally strong people never hesitate to make this sacrifice. The fourth habit is embracing failure and mistakes. If you think that Elon Musk is such a man who makes every plan with success in mind, then maybe you are wrong. Because regarding SpaceX's plans, he gave an interview, and in that interview he said that, "I want to be able to make sure that we have enough capital to survive at least 3 consecutive failures." And if you understand this carefully, then his thought process clearly explains that being mentally strong does not mean that you keep preparing for success. But being mentally strong means that you should be as open and ready. The fifth habit is self-love. Once I saw a boy in the office who was physically very attractive, and he had a different glow on his face. I thought maybe he is a new joiner who has recently completed college and has started his corporate life. Then, as usual, my day started, and according to the schedule, I had to go to a meeting. That boy was already sitting in that meeting, and when I saw him again in the meeting room, I was a little confused. But then my manager announced that for this meeting, we have invited a guest who is going to give us process-related advice. And that guest is the director of a business unit. And do you know who this director was? The same young-looking boy. And after that, when I talked to that director, he told me that he is handling a very critical unit of the business, and his schedule is full-packed. But as long as he does not work on his physical and mental health at the beginning of the day, he does not even start the rest of his day. For him, his day starts with the practice of self-love. And friends, by practicing self-love, your self-esteem and overall mental health improves many times. That's why it is also a very important habit. So friends, these were some 5 qualities that are often seen in mentally strong people. And if you also want to become mentally strong, then you will also have to make your mindset something like this. If you like the content of this video, then like this video, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for future video updates. Thank you.